point, I've been playing Dandy's World for about 2 months now, and I'm able to make it to floor 20 almost every single time. So today I thought it would be a good idea to come on and give my tips and tricks so that hopefully you can make it to floor 20 on most of your runs as well. I'm gonna go over some really basic things, and I'm also gonna talk about some things that I don't hear people say very often in this game. So buckle in, grab some popcorn, leave a like on the video, and let's learn some Dandy's World. Oh, and I'm gonna be running solo today because all of the things that apply to a solo run also applies to a group run. Let's get started. Of course, one of the biggest things that's going to affect your run is which tune you select and which trinket you select. When you play enough Poppy and Boxton and you go to unlock your next character, you're gonna kind of have an idea of what your play style is at that point. Personally, I like to find a balance between good extraction speed and good movement speed. So characters like Yada is really good for that. Louie is probably the best character when it comes to speed, so if you just want to run fast, choose Louie. Today I'm gonna run Yada because I feel like she is pretty easy to get for a new player. She's one of the easier tunes to obtain, and she has 5-star extraction and 4-star movement. For trinkets, I follow the same rule as well. I like to have 1 speed trinket and 1 extraction trinket. When I was first starting out in Dandy's World, I used to just run the speedy shoes and the wrench all the time. Speedy shoes are good because it increases your walk speed and your run speed at the same time, and the wrench is just like the diet version of the V-mote. So until I was able to unlock the V-mote, I just ran the wrench all the time because it's really good. The basic trinket loadout that I always run is the pink bow and the V remote, but because we're playing Yada today and Yada's movement speed doesn't really need a pink bow, I'm gonna run magnifying glass so that we can get through the floors as quickly as possible. I didn't realize that I replaced the V-mote here and not the pink bow. The more you play the game, the more you'll understand the way that you like to play the game, and the tunes and trinkets will sort of follow suit in that. Make sure to read all the trinkets descriptions so that you understand exactly what everything does, and you know how it'll help you inside of a run. Oh, hi. Okay, so what I'm gonna do during this is just try my best to verbalize everything that I'm thinking, everything that I normally would just say in my head, I'm gonna try to say out loud. Step 1 in a new floor is identifying the twisteds. So we have Brightney over here, and then I'm gonna use these capsules to figure out who the other one is. Oh, no, that's Brightney. We need another capsule. Oh, never mind, I see Toodles. Okay, Toodles and Brightney are the 2 twisteds on the floor. Now, most people think that your hearts are the most important thing inside of Dandy's World, but that's not true at all. The most valuable resource that you want to protect at all costs is actually your stamina. You could have 3 hearts and 3 medkits in your inventory, and if you run out of stamina, nothing is gonna save you. So as you're meandering around the map, make sure you don't sprint. Save your sprint as much as you can. And we can start doing machines now. Every time I am on a machine while I am extracting, of course I'm constantly looking around for where the next twisted might come from, but it's also important to always have an escape plan. Every single time you are extracting on a machine, know your escape. Like, I know Brightney's gonna come that way, so I knew it was safe to come this way. And when you do have a twisted chasing you, like Brightney right here, the best thing to do is try to find something that people call islands, which is basically like a little area that you have a full 360 way of running around it. So like these tables right here is a good idea. Even technically this bookshelf would work as one, although the longer the island is, the harder it's gonna be because you have more of a distance to run and you're gonna use more of your stamina to do it. But then at the same time, you also don't want something too small. Like this table is kinda too small to do it with. I'll show you why. Let me go get a twisted. Brightney, come here. Actually, let me show you over here. Oh gosh, I have both of the twisteds on me. Okay, here's a little tip I can tell you guys. When you have 2 twisteds on you at the same time, finding an island is not always the best thing to do. Because, let me go to this side of the island and see if I can show you. Sometimes one twisted will go to, oh, they both just left. Okay, guys, come back here. I need your help. I'm out of stamina. Okay, well, see, I wasn't paying attention to my stamina and I took a hit. I'll just explain. So if you have 2 twisteds that are coming at you, sometimes you'll go behind an island and one twisted will go this way and the other twisted will go the other way around the island. So when you have 2 twisteds chasing you at the same time, just be really careful with what you choose. Don't worry about the heart. We'll get that back later. Here we go. We're on a new machine. I know right here there are 2 options for twisteds to come. They could come right there, where Toodles just walked by, and they could also also come from over here. So I know that if they come this way, my escape plan is that way. And then I know that if they come from this way, my escape plan is that way. Now you might be asking yourself, what happens if both Twisteds come at the same time? Well, let me tell you. If you're on this machine, you know a Twisted is not going to come from over here because it would already have come from over here. You just kind of got to know that there's not a Twisted over here. Check beforehand. So the only two places a Twisted can come are from this direction right here or from this direction right here. So let's say you're on this machine and you have a Twisted come from both directions. The best way to run is gonna be this way right here, because you'll have a Twisted come this way and you'll have a Twisted come this way, but you have a perfectly clear option available to you right here. And what's probably gonna happen is if you run this way and you immediately go hide over here, the Twisted that was coming from this direction is gonna de-aggro you because that's enough distance, especially if it just aggroed. And the only one you're still gonna have to worry about is whichever Twisted came this way. It's not always 100% true. Situationally, you'll have to figure it out. But even if both Twisteds were still chasing you at this point, what I would do is I would come this way and I would do the widest turn possible. So you know you're at least gonna have one Twisted chasing you. Come here, Toodles, come help me explain. Okay, so let's assume I was just on this machine. Toodles is chasing me. I wanna make as wide of a berth around this as possible to give myself as much time to get away from Toodles. If Toodles was right here chasing me and I just made a really tight turn, Toodles is so fast she's gonna turn and just hit me. But if I make a wide turn around the entire border of this room, it just gives me more time to get away. All right, let's get off of floor 1. Hey, Dandy bringing me a Band-Aid? That's actually crazy. Here's a tip right here. Don't put the Band-Aid in your first slot. Try to put the Band-Aid in any heals or rare items that you get in the second or third slot. That way if GG comes, the first item isn't your Band-Aid. Twisted GG will come and just yoink that, be like, mine? Oh, and if I'm not playing a main character and I have 3 available hearts, I'm not gonna use this Band-Aid until I lose 1 more heart. That way, if we get a heal card, I'll get the extra heart and I'll still have the Band-Aid to use. All right, who are our Twisteds we have? We got Boxed in here, okay. I'll pick up this research to find out who else. Oh, Scraps, oh good, okay, here we go. In my opinion, Twisted Scraps is probably harder than a main, I'm not gonna lie. Here's my advice for Scraps, just stay away. Do everything you can to just stay away, or at least try to stay at a distance. Staying near corners is really helpful because if she aggroes you, like this, you can always just run behind the corner while she does her little maneuver, but just try your best to know where she is at all times and just stay away. All right, let's do some machines. We know Scraps is going in that room, so I should be safe to go right here. Now this machine is kind of at a dead end, right? If Scraps sees us, we're kind of gonna take a heart. There's nothing we can do. Maybe we can, oh my gosh, speaking of which. Oh yeah, see that? I hit her on the corner and now I'm gonna come over here and run to the nearest island. Then I'm just gonna wait until Scraps de-aggros and goes that way. Okay, it did work. That's good. Let's say that wasn't Scraps and that was Boxton. As soon as Boxton turns the corner to see me, I'm gonna run this way. Remember how I said wide berth? You want him to chase you on this horizontal line. You don't wanna run straight like this because he's just gonna turn and hit you. You wanna wait till he gets somewhat close and then sprint a wide berth around the walls. Oh, like here he is right here. Well, it's hard to describe because I wasn't in the right extracting position there, but you kind of got the idea. So even at a dead end like this, it's possible to make it. You just gotta run wide turns. Oh my gosh, a box of chocolates. I'm gonna give up my soda for that, I guess. Checking my corners to make sure I know where Scraps is because Scraps will absolutely ruin my day. A lot of you probably already know this, but when you have a machine that's right next to the elevator door, it's good to just what we call prime this machine, which is getting it all the way to the top, but not completing the machine. That way you can make sure this is the last machine you do, and you can do it really, really fast. What you do in this situation, like if I'm extracting this machine and a Twisted comes, it's probably one of the harder machines, one of the harder ways to get away from it. So what I would do, and I kind of hope, oh, Boxton's coming. Okay, maybe Boxton can show. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run to this corner, and then I'm gonna run wide around. That may have happened too fast for you to see. So let me try to explain. The way the tracking works on the Twisteds, oh gosh, Scraps is coming, so I'm gonna, oh no, okay, she's going the other way. A Twisted is always gonna take the shortest path to you. So if I'm on this machine and Boxton comes like he did, and I run just out, the only distance he has to run is from here to hit me. That's all he has to run. However, if I'm on this machine and for a split second I hug this wall, he's gonna take the shortest distance this direction, and then quickly I'm gonna run to this wall and run wide around. Oh gosh, that's Scraps. Okay, we gotta get away. I'm trying to help them, Scraps. Oh gosh, no! Why? She turned around again. Okay, now I'm gonna use my Band-Aid. That's the tip. I'm gonna take more hearts today than usual because I'm trying to explain things. But I hope it makes sense. So sometimes it's a good idea to let the Twisted come closer to you before you run away from it, just so that it doesn't track it directly in your path. All right, let's get off this Scraps floor so I stop taking damage. This machine is easy because this is the only place Twisteds can come from. So if a Twisted comes from right here, I'm just gonna run right here behind this shelf and hide. Like that. Wow, Boxton, thank you so much for giving me the perfect example. All right, and because we primed this last machine, we only have to do a little bit left. Most of the time I prime it a little bit more, but that's all we have to do. Okay, check the capsule to see who the Twisteds are. We got Shrimpo and Boxton. Okay, that's easy. Boxton just aggroes me. There we go. Something I personally like to do when I'm extracting a machine is, if you didn't know, while you're extracting the machine, if you hold the sprint button, like you'll see that icon down there, I'm holding the sprint button, my stamina doesn't go down. So what that allows is if I hold the direction, like the Shrimpo might actually come and prove my point, I can instantly start sprinting the second he sees me. Just instantaneous. And then we can use this shelf as he walks by so that he doesn't see us again. The Twisteds are being so cooperative today. Every time I need to show you guys something, they just show up. So I like to hold sprint down. That way I'm instantly able to run in a direction. Now, what that direction you run in, you have to choose. Oh my gosh, another box of chocolates. I know this is pretty basic, but make sure you always check your capsules before you pick them up, because Roger be lurking. While I'm extracting this machine, I'm gonna position my camera right here because I get a really good view of a Twisted coming from this side. I know if a Twisted is gonna come from this side. Now, once the eye core actually fills up, you kind of gotta start moving your machine, or your camera around, but you get the idea. Right here is actually pretty good. All right, well, we're done anyway. I'm always checking corners before I go around just to make sure I don't get surprised. It's good to know what to do when a Twisted starts chasing you, but it's better to know what to do to not have a Twisted chase you to begin with. Now, this machine, if the Twisted comes around this corner right here, I'm running this way. Like I said, the wider burst possible. They're already gonna be really close to you when they enter this room, so you don't have to worry about waiting. You could just instantly sprint this way and around like that, because he's gonna chase like really close. He's gonna make a tight turn with you, but you should have enough distance to not get hit. Just remember, the widest berth possible, the better, unless they're far away from you. If they're far away from you, you wanna let them get close to you and then make a wide berth. This machine's easy because if they come right here, I have an easy direction to go that way. So I'm gonna look at the door, I'm gonna hold sprint, and I'm gonna have my buttons going so that as soon as I get off this machine, I can run this way. Keep in mind, Twisteds are a lot faster during panic mode while the elevator is open, so just don't let them get too close. All right, this floor, I'm just gonna think everything out loud. So we got Shrimpo, who's an easy tune. I'm gonna constantly only be looking at this door because I know that if I get aggroed, it's probably gonna be from this side, so I can just go straight that way. And then of course, if a Twisted comes this way, I'll go back like before, but it didn't matter. Checking my corners on the way to the next machine. Who else do we have? Louie, okay. Louie and Shrimpo are not that bad. This machine, I'm gonna check back and forth between both sides because I need to know which side they're coming from in this situation. All right, didn't matter. Check my corners. Also, I realized I said I was gonna prime the first machine, but I completely forgot. But it's okay. This machine, I'm gonna only look this direction because I know if I get aggroed, it'll be from behind. So I can just run that way if I get aggroed. And I can see Shrimpo right there. So I know Shrimpo's not gonna come bother me. Last machine is kind of in the middle of everything. So I wanna have an idea of where the Twisteds are. Like there's Louie. Okay, Louie aggroed me, so I know where Louie is. And I remember earlier that Shrimpo was over there and I just saw him go behind that shelf as I was saying that. So I know Louie is gonna go over in that direction. Oh, Shrimpo found me. I'll hide back here so Shrimpo hopefully goes in that direction as well. Okay, yes, so Shrimpo and Louie are both over there. I can see Louie and I know Shrimpo's going that way. I'm going to expect that Louie is gonna come from this area right here. I saw him go that direction. Now, of course, he could change his mind and turn around like they often do. Like he did. So I see him now. I'm gonna hide behind this shelf. I saw his ears pop right over there. So I instantly try to get out of the line of sight. And then he left so I can go right back. knowing that he's behind me and he's probably gonna come down these stairs, but I know that the machine is gonna finish before he has time to come, so I should be okay. Shrimpo was over here somewhere, so I checked my corners. I knew he was here, and we're in the elevator. Okay, the machine I'm doing right now is a little bit different than normal because if a twisted aggro's me, you're probably gonna take damage. So what I like to do here is just check like this angle. I can see basically everything that is happening or everywhere a twisted can come. And the idea here is just to get out before the twisted aggros you. That's the best thing you can do. So just make sure you see, and if I saw a twisted coming this way, I'm not gonna wait till he aggros me. I'm just gonna run around the corner here, keep my camera like this, wait to see what he does. If he comes in here, then I'll run the wide circle again. But yeah, sometimes you just have to leave before they come because there's no other way. Okay, I don't know who is on me. It is Poppy, okay. So I'm gonna see if I can get away from her without using any stamina. Yada's pretty fast, so if I just walk around this shelf, I shouldn't have to use any. On this machine, if a twisted were to come here, I would see them and I would just get off the machine, run along this wall, because remember, we wanna make as wide turns as possible. You gotta be careful though you don't get stuck on stuff. It's really, really easy to get like stuck on a chair or stuck on a desk. So you wanna make wide berths, but you also wanna make sure you're not like getting stuck. Just remember, every single machine you're doing, just have an escape plan. Just have in your mind, like, okay, if a twisted comes here, I'm gonna go that way. If a twisted comes here, I'm gonna go that way. If she came right here and instantly aggroed me, I'm gonna have pre-holding this way, instantly being able to shoot towards that desk right there. You have a lot of time to your thoughts when you're extracting machines. There's not a whole lot going on. So you have time to kind of think about what you're gonna do. Also, something I do is if I see the same item I have, I'm gonna eat the item and then pick up another one, just because you might as well. I see Poppy walking over there, and I run to the elevator, checking corners because I don't know where Shrimpo is. Oh, he's right by the elevator. Okay. This soda is one of the best items in the game. Like I said earlier, stamina is most important, and this will refill your stamina to 100% no matter what your stamina is. Instantly. It's the best. At this point, I have a full inventory of stamina items, but it's better than having a full inventory of healing items. Because if I were to go find a Band-Aid right now, I could just eat one of these box of chocolates and then pick up the Band-Aid. But if I had all Band-Aids, I couldn't use the Band-Aid unless I took damage. Also, I saw Scraps on this floor, so we gotta be really careful. Oh gosh, okay, you see how Scraps is walking this way and Louie's right there? It is way better that Louie aggroes me than Scraps aggroes me. So I'm gonna get Louie on me and then go around a corner as fast as possible so that he goes off. So he's going that direction. We know Scraps is over there. Let me see where Louie went. Okay, Louie's going that way. I should be able to get on this machine just fine. Scraps makes things really hard. So just, if you have Scraps, just hope that you don't get hit. Like I said earlier, you just gotta stay away. If Scraps were to come around this corner right here, I'm basically guaranteed to get hit. Oh, Scraps is right there too. Okay, this is okay, this is okay. So Scraps is going back that way. Louie turned around. Every time a twisted de-aggroes you, there's a chance they turn around and go the other way, which is great. And there's also a chance that they go the same direction. So I could hide behind this pot. Louie stops chasing me and then he keeps walking this way. So I just have to be mindful of that and just know that I gotta run away if I have to. Let's do this machine. It's a little bit easier to do while we have Scraps in that area. Oh, and when you're running from a twisted, make sure you just run in straight lines. Straight lines in this game are way faster than turning. The second you start turning, they start gaining on you. Scraps I just saw is about to come like right here. All right, there's Scraps. Should be able to go finish this machine without being bothered. There we go. Okay, and then Scraps is, oh, and Louie's, okay, they're both going that way. Oh, Louie saw me. I can just hide right here and he should turn around. But again, like I said, if he kept walking this way, I would have gone the other way. Scraps is going that direction. We know Louie's behind me. So as long as Scraps doesn't turn around, I can go this way. Scraps is walking back this way and Louie's right there. So we have a perfect time to do this machine. I can see them both through the window right there. Louie might end up coming around this corner, but I think I'll have enough time. Oh, Scraps. Okay, right now, you see how Scraps is coming this way? I am not dealing with Scraps. So I'm gonna wait until Scraps goes away. Scraps is right there. She turns around. Instantly, I go back to the machine. And we can see Louie that way, which is perfect. Louie's gonna come around the corner. He's probably gonna aggro me, which is fine because I can hide right here. And he turns around. Again, he might not have turned around. Just have that in mind. Now Scraps is over there. Okay, I think I'll be okay. We know Louie went that way. Scraps is on this side. This machine is gonna complete soon. So now we can walk this way where Louie went. Oh, and there's scraps. Oh, okay. You kind of just got to know their aggro radius sometimes and know that you're safe to do what you do. If scraps goes left here, that would be ideal. Straight is fine too, just don't. Okay, turning around is fine as well. Louis over there. Scraps is right here. I'm gonna go finish this machine that I primed. And then we're getting to the elevator. Even if a twisted is facing away from you, you don't want to get close to it. They have proximity aggro as well, so even if they're looking away from you, just try to stay away. Okay, you might be wondering, on this machine, what the heck would you do? So here's what I would do. If I saw a twisted come right here, I would hug this wall as much as possible and just hope that they don't see me here. Sometimes they track all the way to like right here and you get really lucky, but let's say they did instantly go like that. What I'm doing is I'm hiding right here, and then as soon as they turn this corner, I'm hitting this wall, I'm hitting this way, and I'm running that way. It's really tight, but it is possible. This one here is a little bit easier. You have a lot more room to kind of play and make circles and whatnot. I'm just gonna play through these floors until I see something that I think would add value to this video. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Oh, beautiful, a blackout. Okay, here's my advice for a blackout. Blackouts are not that much different than any regular run. The only difference is you can't see. No brainer, right? You're gonna have the best chance in a blackout when you have the most amount of knowledge on the map. So the more you play Dandy's World, the better you'll get at blackouts because you'll kind of have an idea of where to run and where things are. If you don't know the map layout very well, it's really hard to know what to do. But we're basically just gonna play the same as before. We're just gonna be a little bit more careful. A piece of advice I could give you is if you're in a main area with a lot of open space and you start to get aggroed by something, I would recommend waiting to find out who it is, unless it's scraps. Is it scraps? Okay, none of this counts for scraps or goob. But I would recommend waiting until you can kind of see them to know who it is and what direction they're coming from. Like right now. Okay, I know it's Poppy, now I can run this way. If I thought that I was getting aggroed from the other side and I just instantly ran towards Poppy, I'd probably take a heart. On machines, it's the same thing. If you get aggroed, I would recommend waiting to see which direction the aggro is coming from before you run away. Otherwise, you're gonna run straight towards it. So if it comes from this way, just kind of wait and then have an exit plan to go that way. And then obviously same thing for the other side. Just have an exit plan. Constantly moving a lot slower than I normally would because it's a blackout. In this situation, they could come from either this dark void or this dark void, but I know that they're most likely to come from here. So I'm gonna prioritize my mind on that direction, but then also keep in mind that they could come from that way too. Like this, I don't know who's chasing me. Oh, it's Cosmo from that way. Wow, the side that I said I don't know. I'm gonna lose Cosmo before I do anything else. So I went around this island, and then I'm gonna give him just like a little bit of time to walk away because I don't know which way he went. And then we look for more machines, like that one right there. Okay, exit strategy. That way or that way. I feel like there was one by the elevator. Let me see if there's one in here. Oh gosh. I'm gonna hide right here. Woo! That was a pretty precarious situation. I don't know this for sure, but I feel like within the first couple seconds that you get aggroed by a twisted, I feel like if you hide right away, they de-aggro easier. I don't know if that's for sure. This is a really tough machine because I can't see over there. Normally, I would recommend that you just, if you see them coming, try to hug up against this corner as much as possible. And then if they come around the corner, kind of just go like that. But you can't see over there, so there's not a whole lot you could do. But we're done, so it doesn't matter. Let's go back out. Still just taking my time. Poppy's coming from that way, but I want to go that way, so I'm just gonna walk over here and then run the other way. Cosmo's there as well. I'm not gonna waste stamina. I'm only gonna run if I have to. I know there's an island by the elevator over here, this one right here, that I can use to try to get rid of both of them. So if I hide right here, Cosmo decided to still go the same way, so he's gonna de-aggro me right now. But Poppy's off of me far enough, so I should be able to go over here and I won't get Poppy on me. Now I'm gonna wait here to see which direction he went. Oh, okay, he went that way. But now that I don't have to deal with Poppy and Cosmo, okay, Cosmo's still running this way. Again, I'm just saving my stamina as much as possible while I do this. And now I wait until they go somewhere else because I don't know where they are. Oh, there is somebody on me this way. I'm gonna go around this corner. Poppy turns around. Again, she could have come this way still, and I would have just had to run that way, but she turned around, so all's good. Oh no, oh no! This is literally unlucky. That's literally the most unlucky thing in the game. What the heck? So what happened there was, as soon as I got on the machine, I got a skill check, and the skill check wouldn't let me stop the skill check or complete the skill check, and Cosmo was able to get 2 hits off on me. Normally, I would say just don't do a machine if there's a twisted nearby, but it's a blackout, and I didn't know that. Patience is key, you guys. Just wait it out. All right, well, now that we're on 1 heart, we gotta be a lot more careful. Of course, the gameplay is the same, but just 1 more hit and that's it. Oh, no way. The game just gave me a Band-Aid. That's crazy. All right, well, you know what? Go ahead and use that. It's like it never happened. If you have any sort of extraction tools, like that's V remote, that's wrench, that's any sort of item or anything, I would recommend, Tish is coming, so I'm going this way. I would recommend doing the machines that are the most exposed first. So like in this map right here, this machine is probably the most exposed machine on the map. So I'm gonna prioritize using all of my abilities on this machine if I can, especially in a blackout. In a blackout, it's like the most important. Tisha's coming again, so I'm gonna run this way. So either expose machines like this, or if there's a machine in a really hard area to get out, if a twisted starts chasing you, just prioritize those machines. Oh, like this one. This is one of the most exposed machines in the entire game. There's not a whole lot you can do here. If they see you here, it's so hard to get out of this situation without taking a heart. It's probably possible. You gotta like go this way, probably, but it's tough. Oh yes, we got a main. Okay, Shelly's here. So most mains are almost no different than any other twisteds. You can outrun almost every single one of them. The exception is you cannot outrun Pebble, probably. Some characters can, but most characters cannot. And then the other exception is V, because if V sees you, she gives you slowness, and that is not fun at all to deal with. Ooh, an eject button. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do here. I am going to pick up a jawbreaker. I'm gonna eat my chocolate, and then I'm gonna pick up the eject button. I'm gonna replace the box of chocolates with the eject button, but I want it in my 3rd slot. Oh, it's Roger. Okay, so it's just Shelly. Shelly is the only twisted on this map. So as long as we know where Shelly is, like right now, we know she's right there, we'll be safe to do this one. What's really nice about mains is you can hear their footsteps, so you kind of know where they are without them being right next to you. So Shelly's going that way. I go this way. I hear Shelly coming. Okay, she's coming back over here. So that, oh, she's coming right over here. Yep, she's turned. Okay, I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna hide here, see where she tracks. I'm just in tracking mode right now, seeing what she does. Okay, she's going back that way. Basically, my advice with mains is just try to not get aggroed by them if you can. The avoid at all cost method works every time. Okay, I don't hear Shelly anywhere nearby, which means she's probably by the elevator. It is panic mode, so she can run faster. Oh, there she is. We made it. Oh, GG. Okay. GG is another thing like scraps where you just want to stay around corners so that she doesn't steal your items. She'll always steal from left to right. So whatever is in your first most available slot, she's gonna steal whatever that is. Don't take my soda. Swiper no swiping. Oh boy, we got Shelly and a blackout. Fun. Same advice follows as before with the blackout advice and the Shelly advice. Just put them all together. Let's see if we can do this. Oh no, I think Scraps is here too. I'm pretty sure I just saw a tail of Scraps. The fact that there's Scraps is way worse than the fact that there's a Shelly. I don't know who that was. Shelly's right here. Oh, she's coming this way. Now is the time when it's really good to have a Brightney or a V in your run so that you can know where all the twisteds are, especially Scraps. Oh gosh, that's crazy. Okay, here's what we do. We find this island over here, and we run around it. We get far enough away, and she goes the other direction. These are the times when my heart rate picks up. Oh gosh, it's Scraps. No! Worst case scenario. You saw how easily I got away from Shelly, and then Scraps comes, and that happens. I'm doing this on the hardest day possible. She's literally the featured twisted. There is one more major piece of advice that I want to say, and I can use an old clip to show you guys. If you are running from a twisted who is faster than you, if like Pebbles, for example, or who else, or like V or somebody, the last thing you want to do is use all of your stamina running away from them just to get hit by them and then have no stamina after that. As long as you're not on your last heart, it's better to take the heart of damage, wait for them to pause afterwards, and then run away than to run away and waste all of your stamina while they're catching up to you. You're gonna take the heart of damage anyway, and then you have no stamina to run away from them after that. So in some some very specific situations, it's better to just let yourself take the damage. That way you can actually get away. Well, I hope this video was somewhat helpful for you guys. We didn't make it to 20 this time, but that was Scraps' fault. Blame Scraps. I'm sure there's a lot more things that I could think of, and if there's any advice that I didn't say that you guys know that could help people, let them know down in the comment section below. That would be amazing. Well, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Leave a like on the video if you liked, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and check out that video that YouTube is recommending for you. We both think it's the best video today. Good luck on your runs, everybody. Hopefully you make it to floor 20 every single time. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys in the next video.